Good afternoon to all.
Good
Good
afternoon, sir.
afternoon. Yeah,
Good afternoon, sir.
very good. Others, please respond. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Thank you.
Afternoon, sir.
Yeah, fine. Thank you. Thank you. I think only 38 students are joined, 37, including out of 55, only 36. CS 39 has left the meeting. Okay, fine. So just like what I call, so today we are going to discuss about OSHA. You know the difference between OSHA. Already I explained what is the use and how to define different safety systems which has been used for different purpose. Which has been used for different purpose, how it has been defined. So based on the sources, based on the terms and based on the safety condition, it has been classified various things, and also we should know like what are the important things needed for this OSHA. So just like with introduction, I am going to share this presentation. Through that presentation, we are going to what I call grade some awareness or idea what is the needed or what is the purpose of OSHA. OSHA. Can you see this presentation? Is everyone
Yes,
seeing
sir.
this presentation? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
See this OSHA, already I told some safety insurance something, but you should know in terms of what I call definitions and also why it has been using for various industries. So OSHA, it is nothing but Occupational Safety and Health Administration. Occupational Safety and Health Administration. If we talk about Occupational Safety and Health Administration, just like we have to know about different industries and different process, how it has been defined. If we talk about this occupational safety and health administration, okay, occupational safety and health administration, in the year 1970, it was introduced different countries. 1970, it was introduced different countries. The importance of safety and also to ensure the safe and healthful working condition for workers by setting and enforcing standard and by providing training. By providing training in terms of education, in terms of industry, and in terms of what I call some other assistance it may be provided. So that is use of OSHA. So again I am repeating, OSHA, Occupational Safety and Health Administration. Okay, Health Administration. So it was introduced like in the year 1970, the major countries like USA, Malaysia, and followed by other countries also. The main aim of this OSHA to ensure safe and healthful working conditions for workers by setting and enforcing standards and by providing training. Enforce standard which have been used for different industry, and also it has been giving proper training and method how it is useful for the people they have to work safely. So with this introduction, we'll move on to slide some warnings. So just I will show some slide. you can see that slide. From that slide, you can easily understand if suppose you are going to work any workplace or any area, what are the things needed. So this something happened when you was work some industries. And the next one, so if you look at this Harris also, when he was work some chemical industry or any other industries, so some problem has been created because of that what they call that industries while working some issues. Then either knowingly or unknowingly, the last one, but some accident is just for one fault. Okay, some accident is just for one fault. So that one fault it may be making the problems, but no issues will be happening. But these are all the things happening while walking. But we should take care about what they call bone health or humans. So if suppose happening for these things, we ask or we should ask to that right authority or right insurance. Right authority, that is called as Occupational Safety and Health Administration. So you know, to ensure that safety and the standard, procedure, method, everything. So everything it can be included or it will be provided by OSHA. So this OSHA actually it was started in 1970, but before that some provision has made like the safety, health and welfare of person at work. If you look at any type of industry, so whether they have worked safely and they have very healthy and the welfare of person in any workplace, and also protecting others against some kind of risk or hazard, some kind of risk or hazard to safety to health in connection between activities of person at workplace, activities of person at workplace. So the main purpose of OSHA to promote and encourage occupational safety and health awareness among workers and to create organization along with effective safety and health measures. Any industries, then before going to start any type of what we call working methods or operations or whatever things, ensure that OSHA method whether it is provided. If it is provided while working anything, it may happen knowingly or unknowingly some hazard or accident or risk. So definitely we can claim or what we call talk to that OSHA, we can take some benefit. So that is what is given to promote and encourage occupational safety and health awareness among workers and to create organization along with effective safety and health measures. But then the three basic rights occupational health and safety are. Okay. General three rights which is included Occupational Health and Safety Act. So the first one, employees are the following three basic rights. Right to refuge and safe work. Unsafe work, definitely all employees should refuse. I should not work if proper safety precautions to be done particular place, I have to work. If not, I will not work that particular place. So that it first part, right to refuge and safe work. The next, right to participate in the workplace health and safety activities through the health. Then safety committee as a worker health and safety representative. These three things is most important whenever you are going to join any companies that occupational health and safety under. This is main procedure or main terms which is used for any different types of industries. It may small or medium or heavy, but we need this all the hack. If anything happens, definitely we can approach that OSHA. So if you look at here, again that occupational safety and health is a basic human right for safety at workplace. OSH, the basic safety and what we call human right any workplace. So if it comes anyone, so is asking, so there is still some work left in this one. getting another pot of coffee. So we should not say, so already he has worked 8 hours or 9 hours, but he wants to take some relax or time. We should not enforce to that you have to continuously work or you have to work only till completion of the work. So that is a wrong method. So we have to propose occupational safety and health, the basic human right for safety at workplace. If anyone is doing mistakes, we should inform to this is your done by mistake, you have to rectify. Otherwise, it will be taking care of it very serious. So the method definitely they have to enforce that OSHA or OSH. And also some development of safety organization. Some development of safety organization. So if you look at OSH, OSHA, you know that. But next one, many organization. Okay, various organization involved to the promotion of safety and health in the workplace. Many organizations involved to promotion of safety. What is the need of safety and health in the workplace? The grandfather of all is National Safety Council. So it may ask who's what you call grandfather for National Safety Council. So the grandfather of all safety, National Safety Council called as NSC. So the NSC, like largest organization at the United States, devoted what we call solely to safety and health practice and procedure. So the main aim of that NSC, safety and health practice, and also to follow the general procedure, safety procedure. And also that NSC is supposed to prevent losses. It may happen for direct or indirect, and like arising out of accident or from the exposure to unhealthy environment. Arising out of accident or from the exposure to unhealthy environment. So through that it may be happening, but we ensure that National Safety Council is most important, including that OSHA. And this will move on to Occupational Safety and Health Administration. So that Occupational Safety and Health Administration, that is also one kind of government administrative. So Act on 1970 US country. Okay, it was followed initially USA 1970 and also will move on to slowly 1994 acted Malaysia. So that OSHA sets remote safety and health standard, and also that OSHA including inspection, investigate problem, issue citation, assess penalties, petition the court to take appropriate action against unsafe employees, and also provides safety training, provides any injury or any risk happen during that process. So all those things, it has been maintained in database. Okay, this is a database. If anything happen with respect to CA, worker, regulation, enforcement, data and statics, training, publication, newsroom, small business. So what are things it will be recurring through that protocol, that OSHA, and also it is given here, we can help. If anything happen, we can help. So that is what is given here. Health standard, conducts inspection, investigate problem, issue citation, assess penalties, petition the courts to take appropriate action against unsafe employees. Against unsafe employees. If suppose you are going to join any company, if working procedure is not properly or unsafe, means definitely we can file something or we can take action to that particular company. So if suppose we are going to take those things, so it has been including provide safety training, provides injury prevention consultation, and maintain a database of healthy and safety statistics. Did you know workers that are covered by factory and machinery? That means plant and machinery. 1967 consists of only 24% of the nation total manpower happened, while occupational safety and health 1994 would cover 90% of the nation total manpower. So during 1967, there is no OSHA, so what will happen? 24% only covering for total manpower saved. After introducing that OSHA, 90% of the total manpower saved while working any industries. So different types of what do you call OSA or like some insurance or methods or policy or procedure will be followed different countries. If you look at USA, Occupational Safety and Health Administrations. Okay, this is under the federal agency of the United States that regulates workplace safety and health. That regulates workplace safety and health. The next one, Occupational Safety and Health Act, the same United States. In 1970, it was started by using federal law in the United States. The Act divided the Occupational and Health Administration. It has been mentioned above the points. So initially, so they have started some rules and regulation. After following those rules, it has been changing OSH Act according to 1970. The next, Malaysia, it was started 1994. That's called as Occupational Safety and Health Act, a national law of Malaysia. The national law of Malaysia, it was introduced that OSH in 1994. And the same another country, European Union. So it was introduced like names called as European Agency for Safety and Health at Work. European Agency for Safety and Health at Work. It was introduced by European country. And the last one, California Occupational Safety and Health Administration. So the California state has been introduced that safety procedure. So each and every country has been promoting the safety. Any industries, when they have to work any problem, what is the procedure to be followed? If anything happens for their life, what method we have to obey, and also how to rectify those problems, and different like various process. The next slide, you know that what is OSHA and what it does too. Okay, so the what you know that what do you mean by OSHA, and what are the things to be done, or what are the advantages through that OSHA. So the law requires employers to provide their employee with working conditions. That means that are free of known dangers. That are free of known dangers, that mostly relating or focusing OSHA. And also that OSA has created the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, which sets and enforces protecting workplace safety and health standards. Protecting workplace safety and health standards. So what is the mission of OSHA? What is the mission of OSHA? So the Occupational Safety and Health Act of 1970 Congress created the Occupational Safety and Health Administration to assure safety and healthful working conditions for working men and women by setting and enforcing standards and by providing training, outreach, education and assistance. So this is what I explained. To ensure safe and healthful working conditions for working men and women by setting and enforcing standards and by providing training, outreach, education and assistance. What is the motto of OSHA? Okay, what is the motto for OSHA? The motto for OSHA: plan, prevent and protect. 3 P. Okay, R P. What do you call? 3 P. You should know: plan, prevent and protect. So this motto says like standard that would be mainly for employees, like any different types of employee, like worker, labor, or manager, deputy manager, all those things. So require employees, it should not happen any injury or hazard, and also we have to achieve 0% accident. So if we achieve those things, we no need to expect that OSA, but when we are going to join or do any type of business needed for this, what they call method or some kind of insurance. The next one, NIOSH. What do you mean by NIOSH? So National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health. National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health. This is also part of the Center for Disease Control of the Department of Health and Human Service. Department of Health and Human Service. So they have been used different types of safety organization, but National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health is most important. And also that NIOSH is required to publish annually a comprehensive list of all toxic substances. Okay, all no toxic substance will be published annually, and also provide on-site test, and also provide on-test test potentially toxic substance. So through that National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health, you should know how it's working, and if anything happen, to whom we have to approach, how to contact, everything will be given in the link. So we have to send them request, or we have to send them what you call feedback through them. They will rectify problems, and also they can solve what is the issue. And this is also some kind of what you call Ministry of Human Resource that Malaysia has been created with it. If suppose anything happen during any industries, we have to immediately approach to this website and upload whatever things you want. Definitely they can solve your problems. The next OSHA reinforce the integrated approach by requiring companies to have a plan for doing at least following things. One is providing appropriate medical treatment. Providing appropriate medical treatment for injured or ill work. The next, regularly examine works for who are exposed to toxic substance. Regularly examining workers who are exposed to toxic substance. And third point, so they need first aid process like what they call all working process. Or working process. So one is appropriate medical treatment, and then next one, regularly we have to monitor the toxic substance, and we need first aid process or working conditions. And safety and health organization. So this is also one part of safety organization. If you look at 1994, the Department of Factory and Machinery has been renamed the Department of Occupational Safety and Health, DOSH. There are different terms, different what you call definitions, which is used for which has been used for different safety process. So you should know all those things. What is the main abbreviation? So if you look at DOSH, the Department of Factory and Machinery has been renamed the Department of Occupational Safety and Health. And the inspectors are called Occupational Safety and Health Officer. Okay, mostly the inspector called like what do you call Occupational Safety and Health Officer. The next, what are the different types of functions or various functions used for DOSH? So the first one, to conduct research and technical analysis on issues related to occupational safety and health at the workplace. Okay, to conduct research and technical analysis on issues related to occupational safety and health at the workplace. The next one, to carry out promotional and publicity programs with respect to employers, workers, and general public to what we call foster and increase the awareness of occupational safety and health. So we have to increase the awareness. Depends upon the companies they have been working. If anything problem happen, they have to rectify what is the use, how to solve those problems. How to solve those problems. The next, to become a what we call major part like National Council, that may be called like occupational safety and health. Occupational safety and health, that is major part or major thing to be considered for this DOSH. What do you mean by NIOSH? So NIOSH, National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health. So it was introduced on June 1992 as a company limited guarantee under the Malaysian companies. See, most of the safety rules and regulations followed by USA, Malaysia, European and other countries. So initially it was started USA country, the next Malaysia and other countries. So what are the functions? What are the functions of NIOSH? So if you look at this NIOSH, to provide training on the education of safety and health, to provide proper training. That means when they have to start any work, any place or any organization or any industry, proper guidelines, proper training should be needed. If proper training, proper method to be followed, there is no risk will be happen and there is no hazard will be created and definitely they will be achieved 0% accident. The next, organize and participate in safety and health exhibition. Organize and participate in safety and health exhibition. Through that, it has been modified something to show awareness to people. If they have to work properly, if anything happen during the process of working hours, so organize and participate in safety and health exhibition. Then next one, organize and participate in health safety and health seminar and conference. So through some conference and the seminar, we have to tell them what are the safety precautions needed. If we have been working in any industry, what are the problems will be created, how to solve those problems, and what method used for those process. The next, support industries in their safety and health activities. That group of activities is most important. So industry, their safety and health is most important. So they need some activities. If they are going for any type of business, any type of working industry, definitely they need for support. If industry support to workers, employees, there is no issue or there is no problem will be happen. And then what do you mean by SOCSO? If you start at OSHA, so there are there are the most terms which is used for in that safety related. Then we will see SOCSO. SOCSO established in 1971, implement like Social Security, the scheme for like Employee Social Security Act. Employee Social Security Act. So under this scheme, like workers, some safety and also avoid some industrial accident. It may occur for industrial accident during working time, or also it may be creating occupational disease or like invalidity or health. It may like some process. So to avoid those things, so we should. And also it may useful for like particular industry, how it has been regulating rules and procedure or method also. So this is like general function of SOCSO. General function of SOCSO. Registration of employer and the employee. So all people, they have to register under this scheme. Any industries. Okay, any industries. If you are going to study the in-depth about industrial safety or industrial codes or brands something, these are all the points is most useful. And also collecting contribution, processing benefit claim and make payment to injured worker under independence. Collecting contribution, processing benefit claim and make payment to injured worker under dependence. Under dependence, that most important. And the third one, provide vocational and physical rehabilitations benefit and enhance occupational health and this safety health awareness of worker. So definitely we have to work safety and health awareness of worker. That depends upon the physical and the other conditions. That is most important. And also registration of employer and the employees through that SOCSO scheme needed. The next, if you look at safe work, so you know safe work, and also you see that in terms of safe, what do you mean by yes, and what do you call A, and what do you call F, and what do you call E. Okay, yes is nothing but spot being hazard, and A is called as assess the risk. F is called find a safer way, and the last E called as everyday. Okay, so all life looks safe under this. Definitely ensure that whenever we are going to work any place, the needed for industrial safety and also to protect people, particular industries. If any damage or anything happen, we should what do you call meet to resource person or to meet some agency or like insurance, and we have to rectify the problems. So this is like introduction about OSHA and the different types of OSHA, what do you mean by safe, and what are the things to be needed for this OSHA, and when we are going to assigning the any work, what are the important things needed. Different types of in what we call OSHA conditions, and also some safety policy to be followed, what I call different industries. It may be small or medium or like heavy also. So these are all the things mostly important. It's all belonging to the OSHA only. So after OSHA, some classifications or some subdivisions included. Those things with respect to different what do you call work or different industries. If you look at hospital, so they have to follow something rules and regulations. If you look at mechanical working conditions, they have to follow some working procedure. If you look at chemical, they have to follow some working procedure or safety training method. Similar that they know general procedure and method how to use. Any doubts? Any doubts? Any doubts?
No, sir.
And also I told in the beginning, just you have to collect some paper. Through that paper, you have to rework for journal paper. If anybody want to publish a journal paper, just call me. I will tell how to download papers. These things it will be useful for final years and third year also. Because for final year, how to do the projects because of that paper downloading. And after that paper downloading, what are the points to be needed to write a paper in journal paper, or you're going to present conference those things. So there are a lot of industrial safety related journals available. If we download those paper, through that paper we can make a one review paper also. One review paper, and we can upload like some standard journal. It may get some positive response. So instead of that writing assignment and uploading the PPT, you have to use something in terms of journal paper publications and product development through society, and also patent. If you make patent, it may be useful for society. That means you are one of the inventor. Through that patent, what do you call? You may get some grant also. So instead of that writing assignment or presenting all those things, you have to think about any other method. So what I told, these three methods: journal paper and patent or product. If you have any questions or any query, just you call me. We will discuss and we can start the process. Not only for 10 marks, those things definitely it may useful for when going to attend the interview. Clear? All final years? Yes. I am expecting your response. Yes. Yes. Everybody is there or everybody sleeping? All final years?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Any doubts? Any doubts? Today's class, any doubt? No doubt? You can say yes or no.
No doubt, sir.
Fine. The same like